I am just one of the few Americans that get to visit Iran every year, and this is my journey through the Islamic Republic of Iran. A country that has gone through devastating wars with its neighboring countries, strained by heavy sanctions, hyperinflation, and a massive list of other attributes, giving it the international reputation it has today.
All is not well in the Islamic Republic.
It's the most intense and deadliest crackdown against protesters in Iran in 4 decades.
Iran is growing more defiant, more confrontational as sanctions bite harder.
Iran, trouble, nothing but trouble.
Just 40 years ago, Iran underwent a major transformation, shifting from a monarchy under the Shah to an Islamic republic, fundamentally redefining the nation's identity.
It was Iran.
Within Iran.
By Iran.
Iran. But Iran. But Iran.
Iran.
A country that makes it on few people's bucket list, largely because the side of the country I'm about to show you is often overlooked by the news and mass media.
Why is there a side of the country you don't see? Media is a business. Media covers top stories. They share with you all the breaking news. And unfortunately, in the Middle East and a lot of these regions around the world that have these reputations, what you see in the news are usually the negative things that are happening. The sad part is a lot of the world never imagines that Iran is like this, that you have so much history. You have one of the oldest civilizations in the world here. There's the kindness of the people, there's the history, there's the food. There are the vast amount of things to do, places to hike, places to go into nature, and so many things. So welcome to Iran.
If you saw my first video about visiting Iran, you'll remember the mix of uncertainty and concern I felt before landing in Iran for my first time ever. Those feelings came full circle on my last day when I woke up to the sound of missiles exploding, an experience that gave me a chilling glimpse of life in a city under fire. But that's not what we want to get into today. Contrary to the opinions in today's modern world, there's a completely different side of Iran, one connected to thousands of years of culture and traditions throughout the Persian Empire. This video is for someone who wants to know so much about the Iranian culture that they could fly there tomorrow and feel like they understand the daily life. During our trip, we will search for local Iranians that can show us what the true meaning of Iranian culture is. From Isfahan to Yazd, Abyaneh to Shiraz, and of course Persepolis. You will not believe what we encounter along this journey. Haters will call this paid content, propaganda, or whatever they might imagine, but all of that is far from reality. This is just me, an American YouTuber, fully financed by my own money, with my tour guide I hired, Ihsan, or now known as Kako Barodar Ka Urdadash. And we together are diving deep into the Iranian culture to find a deeper meaning of a multi-thousand-year-old country that has existed a lot longer than recent geopolitical tensions. This is the Iran we will dig deep into today. And welcome to Isfahan.
سلام برادر.
سلام.
حالی شما چطوره کاکو؟
من خوبم، شما چطوری؟
من خوبم. Yalla.
Yalla, start the day.
All right, guys, so we're starting out. We're here in the city of Isfahan, and we're walking towards what's known as the square. But first on the way, we got to get ourselves some more cash here. So we're going to be exchanging $300 to the Iranian Rial. And this is the area where they buy and sell dollars.
Yes.
Salam.
Exactly. All of the people, as you can see outside, they are just waiting for this purpose. All of them, they are already here just to buy and sell dollars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so to understand the rate, at first
We
we go
gotta
to
get
the...
exchange first. Salam. حالی شما چطوره؟
So now we are here to exchange $300.
$300 for what's the rate?
A lot of millions.
We're gonna be millionaires.
You're going to be a millionaire just after 5 minutes.
All I needed to do was come to Iran, and then I could become a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
But jokes aside, it is an extremely hard place for locals to live, with average salaries ranging between just $100 to $200 per month. If you didn't see my first video on Iran, you may not be familiar with Iran's
currency issue, which has suffocated the country over the last decade with constant fluctuations. International debit and credit cards do not work anywhere in the country, so I had to plan in advance for this trip and bring a lot of USD with me, and then I could only exchange a couple $100 at a time since the exchange rate can be different from day to day in the current situation.
Salamat kako.
So
Mamnoon, baradar.
it's working.
So this is $300 right there. We've got a big stack.
Now, at the time of filming this video, $300 was able to be exchanged for 200 million Rial, but now fast forward to the time of around posting it, $300 equals
276 million Rials.
going from 600,000 Iranian Rials to $1 to now, just a couple months later, 920,000 Rials to $1, showing how fast the inflation is happening. Now, if you're like this guy and you simply Google the exchange rate in Iran, you may end up quite confused, as many others have. Well, the rate he found here is the official government rate, which is typically what you will find via an online converter. However, due to strict currency controls, sanctions, and economic pressures, the real world exchange rate is significantly different, trading closer to 920,000 Iranian Rials per US dollar. Essentially, the official rate is used for specific government or controlled transactions, while the black market or real exchange rate reflects the actual supply and demand in everyday exchanges. The last thing to mention about the currency is understanding that everyday people don't say Iranian Rial typically. They will use the term tomans, and this is due to decades of devaluation. People often find it more convenient to use the toman as an informal unit. Essentially, 1 toman is equivalent to 10 Rials. This means that while your bank account and official transactions are handled in Rials, everyday conversation and pricing, like in shops, restaurants, or wage discussions, tend to be quoted in tomans because the numbers are much smaller and easier to manage. For example, instead of saying something costs 1 million Rials, people would typically say it costs 100,000 tomans, and all you have to do is slash one of the zeros at the end. Or 1 million Rials is 100,000 tomans, and they'll just call it 100 tomans. That way they're not dealing with such large numbers.
We are done with the exchange here, so we got ourselves some cash.
Yes, let's go to the square just to explore the
All right, let's do this. We have made it down to the most beautiful square in all of Iran. We got to take this in for a second. It stretches all the way from this side to this side. Actually, last night, guys, I'm gonna overlay a couple clips. We walked around here, and just to walk from one side to the other is literally like a 10-minute walk.
And everything is symmetrical in this square.
Yeah, let's zoom in. This is 5x zoomed, and this is one side of it.
This square is dated back to the 400 years ago when they transferred the capital from Tabriz to Qazvin and then laid there to the Isfahan.
So who are these guys up on the building right here?
I think they are the martyrs of Iran-Iraq wars. In the bull wars, everywhere in the city, you can see the martyrs of the Iran-Iraq war.
The Naqsh-E Jahan Square was built in the early 17th century during the Safavid dynasty under Shah Abbas I.
So this is where the king used to rule. I mean, not a bad place. You wake up every day with this nice Isfahan weather, and you get to look out to the whole city, your kingdom right here. How epic is that? This is Isfahan, Iran.
And the square was designed as a grand political, economic, and cultural center, showcasing the empire's power through its mosques, palace, and the bazaar. Now, in present day, Naqsh-E Jahan Square is still one of the most impressive squares in the world, with tons of life and excitement, and we're going to explore all around it and try and meet a ton of locals.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Welcome to Isfahan.
Salam, Dada.
Welcome to Isfahan, Dada.
Mamnoon, Dada.
Tell him you're from?
America.
Welcome to Isfahan city.
Thank you very much. Good sweets here. Salam.
Salam.
All right, we might
So,
have to check out the
city
sweets.
is famous for Yazd.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a kind of sweet.
We got a little test sample. Maybe we can try out and see how delicious it is. We've got nuts here. We've got all these traditional Isfahani style.
This is
Okay, that looks very
a
delicious.
mixture.
Oh, that looks nice. With pistachios in there, right?
Yes.
Try this thing out. It's got like marshmallowy texture.
And how much for one of these packets?
چنده بستش؟
این 220.
All right.
This is also they have
And a big
this.
bag. We'll take one of these, please.
یکی از خوبه این خوبه یکی از خوبه
Oh, good English. Okay, secretly speaking English. I'll go with that one then, yeah. Thank you very much. Chakirim.
Yeah.
Chakirim.
This is also a good one. He says. You want this?
Perfect.
You don't know
She
what?
says. He's practicing English. Oh, so we gotta test this one out, see how good this one is.
But this one
Mamnoon,
is different with
mamnoon.
this one. In چیه؟ No, this one is this. Look.
That's nice. It's got like a harder outside to it, chewy on the inside. All right, so we're gonna get 1, 2, and yek dose. Yek dose.
Yes.
Chande? Just a
قابلی
bread.
نداره ریز تارو.
Oh, that's a good deal then.
قابلی نداره means it's okay. No need to pay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go.
The Iranian culture right there, they always offer to give it to you for free. But I figured I'd rather pay this time. Thank you. Hoshhal shodam moshtash karam. Khoda hafiz. That right there, my friends, was an example of how we come to a place, connect with the locals when you're able to just know a couple words. Salam, salam.
Salam.
Baradar. America.
شما از کجا اومدید؟ Very Spani people.
Very nice city, very nice
میگه
city.
خیلی شهر قشنگیه.
Mamnoon dada.
After chatting with a few locals, it was time to check out some of Iran's most beautiful mosques.
Whenever you enter to a mosque in Iran, you should be in direction of the Qibla. But everything should be symmetry in this square. They did a trick. Before you enter to the hall, they make a corridor like this. And when you enter to the prayer hall, you will be in direction of the Qibla. And also the door is open symmetrically to the pavilion over there. So now they have the both factors, symmetry and being in direction of the Qibla.
Wow. Now we're gonna be heading in to the bigger mosque that has minarets. Let's head over there.
Now we're gonna enter to a great mosque called Shah Abbasi Mosque because it was built by the order of the Shah Abbas the Great, the greatest king of the Safavid area.
Wow, this is so big. That's the one thing I've seen with a lot of these mosques here in Iran, are how vast they are.
So stand here, say something.
Salam. Whoa.
Mac.
Wow.
So it's a very interesting area for singing. This is why the people come here and start.
The acoustic, as you can hear, it sounds like we are in an auditorium right now. Salam. Mamnoon. Mamnoon dada.
We're gonna pause the video for just 1 second because if you're thinking about visiting Iran, well, great news is I'm actually creating an ebook that will cover everything you need to know before and during your trip, plus all the tips that would have made my experience so much smoother. Before I went, I had a lot of concerns, and honestly, if I had known what I know now, the whole process of going to Iran would have been much easier. This ebook is going to include everything from essential tips, a packing list, must-try foods, top places to visit, things to know about the culture, understanding the currency, how to make purchases in a place where you cannot use credit or debit cards, weather by region, and different itinerary options. These are just a few of many different items that will include inside of the ebook. And I'll be heading back to Iran very soon, hint hint, and I'll have even more recommendations for you guys on places all over the country. So make sure to grab it now at a 30% discount for pre-order, so as soon as it releases, which will be very soon, you'll get it at a much lower price than everyone else. It truly blows my mind to see the level of design and architecture that was able to be created hundreds of years before the modern technology era that we're currently living in today. And now it was time to head into the souks that have been operating daily for over 400 years.
All right, so we're in this massive bazaar right here, and we're gonna take you guys through. As you can see, we've got that typical Iranian system where we've got the ventilators coming through the top, and that's so cool because you don't have those like wind tunnels that I've seen in like many other souks, and you can see like this sun coming down. Salam dadash. حال شما چطوره؟ خوبی.
Surprise, you know Persian.
Oh yeah, he's my teacher.
Yeah, he asked me that. Where is it from? I say from USA, and surprised that wow. It's a rarity. I can see the US people here.
خوب خوب
آره.
خیلی خوب.
آره بار اولشه. Yes, خیلی خوب. Yes.
خیلی خوب خیلی خوب.
میدم بهشون رو برید جیلا. اینجا آب و هواشه ببینید اینجوری اصلا.
خوشحال شدم.
خیلی
خیلی خوشحال شدم. قربونتون. بریم به سلام.
Bye. Nice to meet you. Farsi speaker.
آره.
شما چطوره؟ کاکو. ممنون.
کاکو شیرازی بود.
کاکو شیرازیه. شیرازی. دادا
اصفهانیه.
As you can see, we're getting pretty good speaking Farsi here. That was almost a full conversation there.
Yes, exactly. Now you are a master of Persian language. When you come back to your country, then you can just change your job and just teaching Persian language. So everywhere you can see the handicrafts because Isfahan is the capital of handicrafts in the whole country.
Yeah, it is impressive. You can see so many different types of things to purchase around here, and everything from these shiny different objects to clothing and so much more.
As we were walking around the souk, it was only a matter of time until we were scoped out as the perfect target. And I can tell you this sales pitch was straight out of a movie for the carpet buying process. These guys hooked me outside of a popular spot.
Look, I don't recommend you to go that way. You know why?
No, we gotta go that way.
Look, we don't have any more carpet shop on that way.
Oh, we got lots of good carpets there waiting for you.
Time schedule.
11 days.
That means I have to be rushed to sell you a nice carpet.
It's tempting, you know. What types of carpets you got? Some of the best?
Actually, all Persian.
Yeah, Iran is the best country for carpets.
Yeah.
Persian carpet is the best in the world, I think.
Oh, you guys are working together then, aren't you?
Okay, how much should I take if I deceive these tourists to go to your shop? 80% me, 20% you.
Very good. Good deal.
Salam.
Traveling around.
YouTube, yeah, that's right.
I saw you.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, that's awesome.
My name is Jackie Jones.
Jackie Jones, my man. From where?
From Iranian copyright.
That's great.
You know what is his name?
The boss? King of the Square. Oh, geez, I got lucky then. We're meeting the King of the Square. You met the King of the Square before? Your first time?
No.
You have time? 5 minutes? Let's have tea.
We got 5 minutes? All right, we got 5 minutes.
I knew exactly what they were doing, but since they were pretty funny guys, I decided I would go through the whole process.
And how much are the prices for these carpets?
$30 up to $30,000.
Oh, $30,000 US. Holy moly.
Normally, carpet doesn't fly, but our price make tourists.
Oh, guys, we're going to be flying here. Let's head in. Oh, what are we going to find? Persian carpets.
The price of the carpets can be very different according to the material that they use. And the most important thing is the knots. And you know, all of the carpets you can see in the shops, they are from each side of the country. They just waved by the tribe.
Oh, yeah. Keep in mind, brother, we got to keep under $100 budget.
So we sat down and the shopkeeper wine and dined us with a little tea session, and I watched him pull out rugs from half of the store. Before I shared with Ihsan that this rug is not actually going to be coming home with me.
So Ihsan told me on the third day, he said his mom has been working so hard her whole life and he really appreciates it and he always tells her, so we want to go ahead and get her a surprise gift here. And it's non-negotiable, so meaning we are doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate your kindness.
So I need your help figuring out what is going to be a good option for her.
Thank you very much.
So I think these two are your favorite?
Yes, maybe one of them.
The red is just pops.
I just want
All right, we got a winner. There we go, Baradar.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Tell your mom she raised a fine young man, so you got to thank her for that. And this is for you, Baradar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
قابلی نداره means you can be our guest, but it's تعارف.
He's offering to give it to me for free. Well,
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it. So we just left the souk right now, and we're heading over to the next place in this massive square. Trust me, you can spend hours or even the full day. Yeah, they're great marketers, though. You know that always deserves a sale. I can tell you that.
Some of them
Holy moly, what is going on right there?
I don't know.
Oh, let's try that out. Oh no! All right, he doesn't like those.
So some of these marketers speak some 3-4 languages. They speak German, Russian, English.
He was speaking such good English, and I was like, "Oh, where'd you learn your English?" And he didn't say he was a carpet salesman yet. Oh, there he is, the man.
This is my gift for you.
Oh, we got a gift for me?
Yeah, when you want to write it, then you remember King of School.
Mamnoon, Dada. Thank you so much. I appreciate
We
that.
appreciate that you are coming to Iran and visit Iran and culture and history and everything, you know.
You're amazing.
And hope to see you again and again.
Inshallah, I look forward to it, brother.
My pleasure.
Them right there, my friends, Iranian hospitality. They came here to give me a free gift after an amazing sale right there. I got myself a new pen. Hello, gentlemen. How we doing? How we doing? Where are you guys from?
Africa.
Which country?
Nigeria.
Ah, they are from Nigeria.
Nigeria, Lagos? Oh, and check this out. We got a little Rolls Royce coming through here. Salam. A lot of traffic over here. It's busy.
Yeah. So right after we saw all this traffic of the Rolls Royce and the horses going by, all of a sudden this kid comes up to me and says, "Hey, can I use your sunglasses for our photo shoot?" And we're like, all right, sure, why not? Which I didn't have the camera rolling, but then I started it right away.
America. Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Yeah, nice to meet you. Mamnoon Dada.
Dadash.
Dadash. Ah, you're from Tehran. From Tehran? Ka. Ka? Kako?
Ka.
Yeah, Joe.
Even though there was a huge language barrier and we only knew a few words from each other's language, we still managed to feel like we became friends almost instantaneously.
Love you, American.
Thank you. I love Iranian people. Yeah.
Me too.
He is a Kurd, he is a Lorish.
Babroin Bram.
And this is one of those moments that I tell people all the time. Just learning a couple words in the local language goes so far. Back in 2021, I went to Kurdistan in northern Iraq and I learned some very basic Kurdish words. And I still remember them today, and just mentioning those to him lit him up like a Christmas tree with excitement.
He say you are very look like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Thank you. Yeah. Matash Karam.
He wanna teach you.
Chakirim. Thank you. You look good in these glasses. We got to get you a pair next time.
My bro.
My bro. Thank you. See you, gentlemen. Thank you, brother.
Let's tell him, let's go to Khuzestan, southwest.
Yeah,
Southwest.
good. Very good place. Goodbye, my friends.
After just a few hours walking around Naqsh-E Jahan, it was clear to me that Isfahan was becoming my favorite city in Iran. Putting aside some of the current challenges the country's people are struggling with, I couldn't help but think about how beautiful of a culture this thousands-of-year-old place is, and how in-depth the Persian culture actually is.
Look at this place we're about to walk into. Oh my gosh. So at one point in history, this place was about to be knocked down. And you guys remember how much money we exchanged now a few hours ago, which was $300 for 201 million Rials. So there was a guy that did purchase this place.
Yes, you know, they are going to destroy this palace like many other palaces in this area. Even they just fasten a rope to the pillars and to some bulls just to destroy this place. But a man arrived here and bought this area with 70,000 Rials.
So you're telling me that we could buy hundreds of these palaces?
Yes. The point is that at that time, the Rial was one of the most powerful currencies in the world 400 years ago. The economy was very good at that time, as not like something we did today.
Oh, okay, all right. So maybe we can buy just a souvenir from the gift shop now, not a full palace.
Exactly. With 70,000 Rial, no, we can't do anything. Maybe just a bottle of mineral water.
We spent the afternoon experiencing a bit more of the historical side, but I was still left wondering what life in this city is actually like, and what do people do for fun? So we went down to the Chahar Bagh street to see.
So we're doing a little evening stroll here in Chahar Bagh street, which was once a whole road all along this area on either sides, and then they closed this down and turned it into a huge walking area. You can see how everyone lives. It's a great place for like people watching and seeing the younger generation, the new generation of people, you know, how they dress, how they act, how they walk, you know, what they're up to. It's super cool, and it's surrounded by shops too. So you can get some food, you can get some snacks, fast food, clothes, all different types of things. It is a Thursday night, so tomorrow is like the holiday, the Friday, where nobody works during the 6-day work week. As you've probably seen as a consistent theme in all of the videos so far here in Iran, like they have such a big emphasis on places to walk around, nature, really incredibly like carved out gardens. Look at all this fast food. They love the fast food out here.
There was only one more place in Isfahan that I wanted to understand what it was really like in person. A place where it is said that the soul of Isfahan could apparently be felt.
We're heading over now after leaving that area to Sepul. The hard part is getting across these streets and they do not stop. That is one thing to know in Iran. There is no right of way. But this bridge right here, it's a hot spot inside of the city. We're gonna try and survive this one. Are they gonna let us through? All right, and we survived this one. Yeah, check this out. So normally there's water flowing through here, and right now it's just a huge walkway. What is the whole deal with the water? So there's like a dam that stops it from coming parts of the year, or what?
Yes, the problem is a dam over there, and also the climate change is another reason, and maybe too much agriculture. So
yeah,
the other things are the priority for them.
Right.
Compare with having a balance in the ecosystem. For example, this water should always go to a swamp at the end, but they don't care, unfortunately. So now they have to just close it down.
It's a really active country overall from everywhere. I've seen people walk around, get a lot of exercise. You see those locals practicing their English? The lighting here is amazing. You have all this mood lighting right here. People come, sit down, have a nice view. I wish the water was here though, because it'll look obviously even more beautiful. And so what percentage of the year, like 3 months out of the year, 5 months out of the year, is there water?
At some seasons, like the spring, sometimes they open the dam, and 2-3 times a year they open the dam and there is water. The place is very different with now. It's much more pleasant. The people even, they are more happy. But sometimes they open the dam and the water goes to the river.
Yeah, people are celebrating, right?
Celebrating. They get so happy. They come here. Just sometimes even they go to the river and follow the river. Follow the water that's just flowing inside the dry river.
That's awesome.
The last point is that they built this bridge in the vastest part of the river, because it's not only a river. Sometimes they block the water, they make a small lake in this area. They have some ceremonies, they have some matches. For example, the boat matches. I don't know how you call it.
Oh, that's a vibe. No problem. Salam. Salam, Dada.
Salam, Dadash.
Dadash. From Tehran. From Tehran.
From Tehran?
Yeah. From Alaska. We got Alaska.
Oh,
Alaska. That's great. That's great.
Can you speak Farsi?
10 words. Just 10 words. Can you speak English?
Can you speak خیلی کم?
خیلی کم. Oh, a little bit.
آره.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, we just teleported in the taxi all the way down here to the other famous bridge, Haju Bridge. So it's got a very similar vibe, architecture in a way, and it has that orange lighting, that mood lighting right when you're walking through. Oh, and we got like a stone walkway over here.
Yes.
Bridge more known for music and the other one's chilling, or what's the difference?
This one, under this bridge, there are a lot of vaults that usually the people go there to sit and sometimes singing.
Oh, nice. Under us right now.
Yeah, we will go to check that if there is someone there to sing, and we can also see the singing.
You feel like you're in an ancient kingdom. If these were torches, this is what I imagine, like, I don't know, 2,000 years ago, the empires would be like at night when you're walking through. Just the same color light as fire, as the obviously previous source back in the day of lighting at night. So the water comes all the way up here, or no?
Yeah, the water just passes under this area.
Oh, through these little bridges right there.
Yeah, everywhere you can see the water.
Yeah.
And this bridge is famous that the people come here and they singing.
Oh, wow. Welcome to Isfahan. This is amazing. We've got guitar live right here under the river. This is just such a cool culture to experience all this right now. That is called making the most of your space in the city. There's a restaurant right under there that I guess people are like having shisha, and then there's all these different live performances under there. Just a special place to experience. This is a must if you're coming to Isfahan. Isfahan.
The city of Isfahan left me feeling so energized. A place with its own unique culture, different from anywhere else I have ever been. Until next time, Isfahan.
It was time to head to the small village of Abyaneh.
Yaran, okay.
And after a long drive, we made it over to the village of Abyaneh.
It is F120. You have lots of years to reach us. Most advanced in the world. You are 2,000 years behind us.
So we just made it over here to Abyaneh after about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from the beautiful city of Isfahan. And we're gonna be exploring this village for the next maybe hour and a half or so.
Which is one of the oldest villages in Iran, and it is located at the foot of the Caucasus Mountains in central Iran, and it's known to have existed for at least 1,500 to 2,500 years, depending on varying sources. Many people refer to this old village as a living museum of Iran because of the preservation of its cultural heritage, traditions, and the distinct coloring of its red mud brick houses.
The canals and the springs from all around the village, from the mountains enter to the village, okay? So everywhere in the village they have fresh water, they have beautiful gardens. Everywhere they use the mud, and it's a kind of red mud because the mountains of this village, they are red. The soil is red. This is why everything seems red in this village, which is located 2,200 meters above sea level.
Due to the remote location of the village, its inhabitants have kept some characteristics of the Middle Persian language spoken during that era back in the 7th century. They have also preserved all their tradition and local ceremonies.
And sometimes you can see some villagers that they have a very colorful clothes. This is the traditional clothes of the people of Abyaneh.
Women cover their heads with a white floral kerchief and a hedge skirt on top of their trousers, all of them in very vivid colors. On the other hand, men wear loose black trousers, a kaba, which is a long garment on top of a shirt, a giva, which is light cotton shoes, and a hat. You won't find this type of clothing anywhere else in Iran.
Here is something like very separated area from all other villages you can see in this area.
Miraculously, it has outlasted centuries of changing rules, dynasties, and kingdoms in Persia. But due to its dwindling population, most of the 300 or so inhabitants are quite old, as the young have mostly left to big cities in search of better opportunities.
But the old generation, as this city become a touristic city, they just sell their fruits, their handicrafts, their clothes, this kind of things.
And this is what village life is like here. Still living in the gathering stages of picking your fruit on a daily basis. We've got the little apple picker right there. Pulls them right down from the tree, and that gets them way up there. Fresh apples. Ali, merci. Very nice, guys. They just gave me a free apple here. Khoshmaze. Sepas. Should we pay them a tip?
No, I don't think so, no.
All right.
It cannot be very respectful because we are regarded as a guest, so they offer us. It's so good.
That is tasty. Nothing better than a village apple. I grew up with apple trees, so eating fresh apples is a special thing for me. We're getting a little morning workout in, and we're coming up to some of these old houses in here. We can go inside these?
Yes, we can go.
All right, let's see what the old school living was like. They've got these little passageways down in there too. Wooden roofs.
You know,
bit of the mud in there as well.
All of the villagers, they have a storage inside the mountains. Even if you go outside, I can show you another one. I think all of the villagers have some storages in the mountain. Look at this one here.
Yeah, this one's literally built into the mountain right there. All right, we got to get ourselves a little workout in to get up to the top, but I think the views are going to be worth it if they're looking like this already. We're making it up to the top right now. Nice little hike, and this is the castle right here. So let's go check this place out. So the citadel over here is a few hundred years old, but even before this construction, there was always a citadel here for a long time. And you can see this mud and stone construction is really cool looking. It just matches the mountains. So there's not too much remaining of this place over here. As you can see, it's pretty much kind of just the ruins of it. But this gives you an idea of where people would build a castle out here. You know, you have the mountainous protection on this side, and then you have the full views of the village. So you really get that like strategic point, also most beautiful point in the city when you're looking at them over here. So guys, we're actually heading now into the village. We got an amazing viewpoint from here, and we're gonna be doing like kind of a long lap to get around and then heading straight in to see what else this village has to offer.
So brother, what is the difference of this area compared to the other places you visited?
There's a huge difference, and there's one I'm going to say that is the most biggest difference. In the other areas they say kako, here they say dade. You know, this is a much more traditional style feel to it. I would say parts of Iran are like very built up. They almost feel like a mix of Middle Eastern and European culture when you're in the cities of Isfahan and parts of Shiraz. But then out here, like you're taking a deep dive back into village life. You can see how people farm. Just to give you an example of what more village traditional lifestyle is like, this is the biggest feeling I feel, but it's a really special place. Seeing the local culture like that in these villages are what really makes it such a special experience. You can kind of get lost in what people are singing and just being like fully in the moment. It's really, really beautiful to experience this culture. So making some fresh tea right there. So this is some fresh village water tea. So this came directly from the mountains.
Yeah, the water come from the mountain. The woods that they are burning there, they come from the gardens. Yeah. And it's just changed to a fresh tea. Mm-hmm. So let's begin.
Enjoy, brother.
Enjoy. Thanks.
Ah, a nice tea right here. Warming you up in this weather here. Quite nice. Oh, that is hot.
How's the taste?
Oh, Ali.
Ali.
Yeah, it's nice to see, even in these small villages, how clean it is. You know, you can't find any trash anywhere.
Yes.
Very clean.
This is true. So, yeah, also the villagers just, they take care about their touristic village.
And that was a trip to the village here.
By the way, guys, this video does not have any sponsors, so your support to my clothing brand Perception is greatly appreciated. Perception tells a story, one of breaking boundaries, seeing beyond borders, and finding purpose in every step you take. This isn't just clothing, it's a movement to continuously remind ourselves and the world around us to venture out into this beautiful world and change your perception.
And there we go, the most smoke I've seen in Iran.
Yeah, it's the remains of the wheat field.
The road to Yazd initially felt like a very long drive, yet the constant changing landscapes through the mountains and villages made time go by so fast. Yazd is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, and it is actually an oasis city surrounded by vast deserts, hence creating this striking landscape. Located between Isfahan and the historic city of Kerman, Yazd is an ancient city in the heart of Iran, known as the City of Windcatchers and the City of Zoroastrians. With a history of over 5,000 years, Yazd has been a center for trade, culture, and religion, and about 700,000 people live in the city of Yazd, making it the 23rd largest city in the country. With about 10% of its population practicing Zoroastrianism, which is one of the world's oldest religions that is still practiced today, dating back to the 5th century BC.
All right, and we are officially arriving into the city of Yazd. We're going to be doing some exploring in this place, so welcome to Yazd. All right, we have arrived home to the Human Hotel where we're going to be staying the next 2 nights. So let's check out the accommodations. Look at this place right at night. You have all this mood lighting. This is the whole courtyard right here. We've got those traditional ponds right there in the middle, palm trees, garden. Yeah, this is awesome. Traditional Iranian style guest house. And this is my room right here. So we got some fresh coffee, a little tea, everything right there. When we walk in, nice big bed. And we got ourselves a bathroom. So there it is, shower and everything. Super cool hotel. And yeah, I just get to walk right out here onto the terrace and you have all this space right there.
Finally, after 6 hours driving, Mag has this opportunity to have a little bit rest with a cup of tea.
Nice little tea time. And we've got this huge area to hang out in, have a nice little evening. Mood lighting here, great hotel and accommodation. We're gonna be chilling tonight.
And good morning, good morning, good morning. We just woke up here in Iran, and as you can see, this is where the beautiful hotel is that we stayed. The courtyard, you walk out, you can see it much better today. We got a pool here, hangout spot over there.
And it was time for us to experience our first breakfast here in Yazd, and the hotel had a nice big buffet. The food options were great, and there were tons of different traditional Iranian breakfast items to get us ready to begin our adventure through Yazd.
Welcome to the city of Yazd. We're going to be exploring all over this place, from the old town to a ton of different really interesting places.
If now you open your Google map, you can see yourself exactly in the middle of Iran. This square, the name is Markar Square, regarded as the center of the whole country. The people are maybe a little bit more religious, more conservative, but they're famous to have a very good people. The Yazd people, they are very good people.
Yeah.
In the recent years, the city become very touristic, so a lot of Iranians and also the tourists come here to see the beautiful Yazd. We passed the supermarket as we were talking about Yazd.
So we made a quick stop over at this supermarket, as they call it. I would call this more of a mini market, but I guess in Iran there was probably a loss in translation, so this small little grocery store is known as a supermarket. And it was quite funny because you can see brand names that are clearly taken from America, and now they've been slapped on other products that aren't even the same type of products. And so I was curious if Ihsan actually knew what the real Cheetos were.
Do you know what actual Cheetos are? They're like these cheesy chips.
Yes,
and those are,
but this one is another, because in Iran they have various products. So this brand used for different materials. Yeah, chips, I don't know, something you say, this is something else.
And to give you guys an idea, I know we're just buying Windex here. We're actually cleaning out the windshield, so we have a nice clear view for you guys, but this will be interesting. We've got these 4 different towels right there and the shine. And just to give you an idea what the price is.
800,000 Rial, Inchan. 420,000 Rial. So it will be about 124 Salavis. Okay, 120 is enough. Because our friend is from USA, we have a little small discount.
Oh, fantastic. We're always getting the discounts.
Yes.
Mamnoon Amo. We're going to get this thing nice and clean. It's going to be shiny. Let's get this thing going, Ihsan.
And this is our new job in the Yazd. We want to be a millionaire in the Yazd.
Exactly. We're going to make a little cash here.
Cleaning.
Here we go. Let's do this. No helmets required here in Yazd. Oh, that is a Iranian crosswalk right there. So guys, as we've been driving to the city, you'll see photos of Hassan Nasrallah and then the leader of Hamas as well. They have put their faces all over the city. So is it normally like this, that you would see them all over the city, or just right now?
No, just because he just recently assassinated, so the government tried just to, as a respect, show his. And for some people, mostly the Muslims, he was a lovely person. So you can see the picture of Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah everywhere in the city. Some cities, yes. Oh, there's nobody here. The whole side is for ourselves.
And welcome guys to the Tower of Silence. We're gonna be climbing up probably at least maybe 50 to 100 stairs right now. If you're still watching the video, that is because you're probably just as mind blown as I am being here in person, that this is the side of Iran that the media will not show you.
Which is a place that the Zoroastrian people put their dead bodies at the top of the towers over there. But what is the structures here? You can see a lot of structures in this area. You know, this place is out of the city. And now because the city expanded, you can see it very close to the Yazd. In the past, it was far from the villages and the cities. So the very rich families, which they could afford, they built a house for themselves because the traditions, the burial traditions they have, maybe it was some day, so they could come here and they could accommodate in these structures.
Now it looks like the fun is beginning. The workout commences now. All right, we're gonna find out how many steps it is. 1, 2, 3.
You should go like me, you know, very smoothly, like a Shirazi as a layback people.
We've made it up roughly 50 if I were to estimate. What a beautiful landscape. Kind of like what I imagine Mars to look like one day. What do you think, Kako? Pretty hard, eh?
Yes, because we do it a little bit fast.
Yeah.
It gets hard for us. But usually it's not that hard.
Well, we gotta work off that good Iranian food, right?
Yes.
Gotta get ready for that next meal. Sabah khair.
Sabah khair.
So we're entering the Temple of Silence right now.
There was a tower all around this area. Let's go inside.
Oh, this makes me feel tall. Oh, wow. Whoa, there's a hole in the middle?
Yes.
Oh, we got fighter jets right there.
There is a hole in the middle. What is the function of this hole? In the Persian, we call it Ostokhandan or Ostudan, which means a place for bone.
The Towers of Silence is a name used to describe Zoroastrian structures that were, until the 1970s, used for excarnation, which is an important part of the funerary process for Zoroastrian people. Excarnation is the process of leaving a dead body inside open pits and allowing the elements and wildlife, typically like scavenger birds such as vultures, to pick all of the flesh off of the bones. In the Zoroastrian faith, dead bodies are considered unclean and a potential source of contamination for anyone and anything that said dead bodies come into contact with. As part of the Zoroastrian belief system, fire and earth are sacred, and as a result, cremation and a typical burial process are considered ultimate no-nos, as these would cause sacred elements to become contaminated.
They just gather the bones and they throw them inside this hole, and then they add some lime and other materials. Do you know the function?
No.
When they add the lime to the body.
Lime?
Yes.
Make it tasty for the birds?
No, to make the process faster. You know, the bones they could destroy faster with the lime. And the other theory is that because they were living in the mountainous area in the past, it's very difficult to just digging the ground in a place that there are everywhere, there are stones, rocks, to make a grave. So this is another theory that they just leave the bodies in some places like this. So then, because the population just grew up fast and it was close to the city, so the governments that do not allow them to do that anymore. So now they have a new graveyard over there, and they have to bury the bodies like that.
So Ihsan, is this other one on top of the hill just the second Tower of Silence?
Yes, there is another one, but I think they are from different periods.
The easy cruise was down the mountain. It's time to tell you guys Zor Bakhair, which is...
Zor means noon.
Noon, okay. So
yes.
It means good noon.
Exactly.
After a quick 20-minute drive, we are getting to our next spot.
It's to the fire temple of Yazd. The ancient religion of Iranian people before Islam was Zoroastrianism. They are believe on some holy elements, water, fire, soil, and wind, and the most important principles of this religion was good thoughts, good words, good deeds. It's older than Islam, but the principles are very similar.
So does she think that a lot of principles from Islam came from this religion as well?
یکی به نظرتون چیزایی هم هست که از این دینه وارد اسلام شده باشه؟ آره؟ Yes. So, at the age of 8 to 15, sometimes 18, there is a ceremony that the children can decide to be a Zoroastrian or non-Zoroastrian. Okay, so they themselves choose. When they find it, they are understand enough to choose a religion, then they have a ceremony just to choose their religion. And here is one of the fire temples of the city. The fire transfer 1,500 years ago from that fire temple to this area, and still it's burning inside.
It is actually hard to imagine how long 1,500 years of consistent fire actually is. That means literally 50 to 60, maybe even 70 generations of people have kept up with never missing a single day to let this flame go out. That is truly mind-blowing.
So we just arrived to the next place here, and let's see, we got America in here. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. Who would have thought you can find the American flag here in Iran at a lot of restaurants too. That's really nice. It makes you feel welcomed. But look at this place. You have the light coming in with these different colors. You just have this stained glass surrounding you. Light coming up through the top. Such beautiful architecture. You have the fountain that starts inside. And right out here is the garden area. Merci, Coco. All right, so we have a full array of the salad bars and there's soups down there and a bunch of very unique types of dishes. We've got a set of vegetables. I'm not gonna explain everything in detail. We're gonna do a quick one.
Yes.
We've got garlic here. This is what blew my mind, that people will eat all this garlic, so I bet the bread smells delish. And then right over there we've got a cucumber sauce.
Cucumber with yogurt.
Oh, with yogurt too, all right. And then a full array right here of all these salads. Yazdi traditional soup right there.
Yeah, which is something that the Macs love it too much. Yazdi shuli.
Actually, I haven't had it, but we're about to find out right now.
I add some vinegar for you.
Oh, yes, please.
This is grape vinegar.
Mamnoon Abbas.
How do you know my name?
Because you look like an Abbas.
Oh my God.
Ab khan se hai?
Hyderabad.
Atabad. मैं India हूँ. Dubai, yeah. But I was in India.
Europe.
Yeah, you. I love the kingfishers.
I'm a cocktail. You can call me a Bloody Mary, you see. My mother was from Australia, father was from Iran, and I was born in India, so I call myself a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, Bloody Mary.
You like that? Yes. What about your drinks? Coke, beer?
2 beers.
2 beers, yeah.
Malt beer.
Oh yeah, 2 big ones. Thank you, Abbas.
You want to make your beer on the rocks?
Oh yeah, you know, can't say no to that. So you can get yourself a beer in Iran, but they are 0.0%. So we've got this classic ale right there. Mmm. Cheers, my friends. It is pretty interesting for me that in a dry country where you can't have alcoholic beer, that beer still found its way into a normal ordered drink item in the restaurants, especially here in Yazd. All the restaurants I've been to, they offer beers here and people are just sipping them like any other country. They're just 0.0. This is barbecue shrimp here in Yazd, and I'm really excited to taste this because it's got more of like a yellow coating to it.
This is turmeric or saffron.
Oh, that is super good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I imagine like barbecue, like traditional barbecue, like Texas barbecue. So when this came out, this is actually better than what I was anticipating it to be. How are those fried shrimp?
The fried one is also very good. Yeah, some shrimps from the Persian Gulf. Awesome, just awesome, very delicious.
My man Abbas, that's for you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take care, Abbas. Thank you, Mamnoon.
Thank you very much.
My man Abbas.
Please come
Thank
again.
you so much. We'll be back. See you, brother.
come again.
All right. Dani Abad Baisab. See you. All right, well that was a fantastic experience. Nice lunch here in the beautiful gardens inside the restaurant. Oh my God, and we have visitors. Hello there. Polly want a cracker? Oh! So all the shops are closed down. Is that a thing where they close down at lunchtime for 3 hours?
Yes, exactly. And because this is a warm city, so usually in the warm cities it's like this. They start in the morning to noon, then at the hottest time of the day they close and again they return.
So what time do they usually start, like 4 p.m. then?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, wow, yeah, it's such a ghost town out here. There's not too many people out. And the city feels quite empty at this hour. We got sweets here. We're gonna be trying out some traditional baklava here, so
Yes,
I'm ready for this. That looks
sweets.
fantastic. Salam. Hey, Mamnoon. Let's try this one out. I said salam thinking I was saying thank you. Wow.
It's very sweet, yeah?
Khosh mazeh.
The name of this one is Qottab,
Yeah.
and the name of this one is Yazdi Baghlava.
Ooh, look at that. So we take this as a bite size?
Yes, you should just completely put it on your mouth, which is made by almonds.
Wow.
Yes? Such a wow?
Amazing. Can I get 3 boxes of those and one of those?
Yes. So, 3 boxes.
3 boxes like this size of these and 1 box of those.
Do you want the last one?
No, that's for you. This I gotta watch the belly here. Otherwise, I'm gonna be leaving with a different souvenir called the belly.
Yes.
But
I have the souvenir as well. 4,013,000.
Oh, that is a fantastic deal. Best 4 million I've ever spent.
And they will give us some back maybe.
No problem. Keep the rest as a tip. Sure set.
500 اوکی. این 500 بقیه‌اش هم برای تیپ خودتون باشه.
برای انعام.
آره.
تشکر.
Mamnoon. We are proud new owners of a lot of treats. We're walking through the old quarter right now. We've got this huge mosque right behind me. We're gonna be checking it out later at night. Now we gotta get over to the spot just in time for sunset. So we're gonna go through this cool little alleyway so you can just see the contrast of afternoon versus once this place really gets going. I think Hassan's got something lined up for us that we're gonna be impressed. Salam! What did he say?
He says Fadat Sham.
What does that mean?
If I want to translate it, it means I sacrifice myself for you.
Fadocham.
But it's a response, you know?
Yeah.
He says something, again you say something, and the response was Fadat Sham, okay? For example, say, Mac, you are wonderful, you say Fadat Sham.
Yeah.
And usually in the desert cities, in the hot desert like Yazd, you can see that even the alleys, they have ceiling. Why? Because in the summer, the sun is so strong. So even the alleys in the desert cities, they have ceiling to make a shade.
Right.
So we just arrived to one of the most interesting places I have seen inside of Iran.
So we got Khoni Khoner,
Which means art house. So it has a nice view to the old quarter.
Let's head right in. So we've got these nice big doors. Hello, we've arrived. No Wi-Fi, talk to each other. Pretend it's 1985. And then under it, it has Instagram. That's funny.
Which is on top of this coffee shop in Yazd.
We are at probably the most popular place in the city to see this beautiful sunset. So there's a 360-degree view of the city here. You've got the silhouettes of the mountains out there, the sun setting.
And when you look around, you might think at first that it's some sort of like Greek temple, is at least what came to mind for me at first thought.
This is a World Heritage Site, the whole city, right?
The whole city registered as a World Heritage because of this old beautiful quarter, which is mostly made by mud, and the city is famous to be the city of the wind catchers.
Also known as badgers, which are traditional Persian architectural structures designed to naturally cool buildings by capturing air and directing wind into interior spaces while expelling the warm air. These tall towers, often seen atop homes and mosques, utilize a clever ventilation system that has been essential for surviving Yazd's extremely hot, arid climate for centuries.
We call it the Tabati
Tabati, Kosh. Thank you. You can see pretty far out into the distance. On this side, this is the cafe. We're gonna be having a little something, just a huge area down here, places to eat, relax, all these little spots. Such a cool place. This might be like favorite restaurant I've been at in Iran so far, in terms of views and the vibe.
Yes, it's famous.
We're doing a little nighttime cruise here. We just made it over to this mosque right here, which actually is one of the highest in the world, right?
Highest A1s in the world, and even the minarets. The name of this structure you can see as an entrance. The name is A1, and also the minarets are 53 meters, which is among the highest minarets in the world. We can get closer.
Hello, salam.
This mosque is the mixture of 3 different mosques. And at first, before Islam, there was a fire temple in this area. So the mosque has been built at the top of a fire temple.
Wow.
And then it changed to a mosque. So the root is very old. But then during the time when it's destroyed, they reconstruct, they add new parts. And finally, at the time of the Qajar dynasty, they mixed the 3 different mosques together and changed it to this big mosque.
That was a visit to the incredibly beautiful mosque. And now explain to me, so this place is a night market. How late does it go until?
This place is like this till, I don't know, maybe 11.
11, okay.
It's one of the livest, I can see
right now,
part of the Yazd, okay? This is one of the most touristic. So usually when people want to have a walking to buy something, they come here. This quarter.
There's so much going on. We've got all these shops, restaurants. You can smell something fresh being cooked right now. And yeah, it's such a vibe. Does it get busier than this?
Yes, of course.
Like later on?
Much busier than this. Not today, because today is in the middle of the week. And it's not a very touristic time. But if you come here even at the end of the week in Thursday and Friday, it is much busier than now.
Oh, okay.
And at the touristic time, of course, it's still much busier.
Yeah.
So, but now we are in the middle of the week, so yeah.
Our journey continues down here in the southern city of Shiraz, known as the cultural capital of the country. With a population of over 2 million people, Shiraz is commonly referred to as the Paris of Iran, which I did not really understand what that meant, but soon I would.
So the interesting part about the layout, as you might have seen in the videos flying into Shiraz, is how it's
sitting essentially surrounded completely by mountains, which makes it a really unique and protected city in many different ways. But we are obviously in the desert, so you can see it's a pretty dry place during this time of the year.
Not as dry as Arab countries. You know, the average rain here is about 350 millimeters. Have these 350 millimeters only in 5-6 months.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 6-7 months are completely dry.
While I'm quite familiar with Middle Eastern food, this was my first time in Iran, and I really didn't know what to expect. But one thing I knew for sure is that shawarmas and kebabs in the whole region of the Middle East are very popular, which is exactly why you're seeing this as such a consistent meal we're having throughout the trip. I'm thinking it's going to be best if you order whatever you think is going to be the tastiest.
You know, this one, the first one, this is the international dish of Iran. Kebab kubide.
Kebab kubide?
Kebab kubide. Everywhere, if you go in Iran, most of the restaurants, they have only meats and kebabs. At the end of the trip, maybe you just look like a kebab. Because
exactly, yeah. We'll be able to see it in the face. Yeah. So when someone first arrives to Iran, what are like simple things you would say that they should know when they arrive here?
Sometimes the people want to pay for you, which is respect. It says I pay, your friend says no, I pay. Sometimes you think that they are fighting together, but this fight is for paying. It's not the real fighting. Another point of just talking to the foreigners.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes you just walk in the street. Hello, how are you? Where are you from? This is the Iran nuclear weapon. When you just hear about Iran nuclear weapon in the social media, this is this.
It's been intense. Oh, merci, brother. Look at that. Ooh, fantastic. Got meat, some rice right there, tomatoes, onions.
The way they eat is just you can just have a piece of kebab, a little bit rice,
mix them together.
And Iranian eat with fork and spoon and not knife like maybe Europeans. So a little bit rice and even some tomato.
That is freaking amazing. Super cool restaurant here, from the design to it, to the taste of the food, to the setting out here. This is awesome. This is awesome, brother.
This is perfect.
All right, so we've just hopped out of the car. We're over here at Iram Street, and we're actually going to be heading over to the gardens, Iram Botanical Gardens, which was quite consistent with the incredible gardens we've seen throughout the country. Salam.
Yo, y'all from?
From America. Nice to meet you.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. A place full of peace and relaxation in nature, yet in the city at the same time.
This is a Persian garden. Whenever you enter to a Persian garden, you can see one perspective view.
Yeah.
A flowing water, but not now because they are just fixing this area.
Yeah.
Flowing water, the trees both sides, a pavilion at the end. When Shiraz University, which is close to the garden, become the supervisor of this area, they start to gather the different plants from all over the world and they plant it in this garden and change it to a botanical garden.
We got this beautiful pool surrounded by all these flowers, this garden right here, palm trees. I mean, this is inviting right here, getting close to the golden hour time frame. So we've been walking through here all over the park, and one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of kind of couples hanging out, it seems like. Not sure if they're married, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yes.
What's that whole scene like here when it comes to dating?
Now the relationships become very modern compared to the previous years in Iran.
Okay.
So maybe it's like the Europe and the US. So the girls and the boys, they see each other in the university, in the public places, and then
invite them for coffee.
Here is not like that to say, okay, can we go together for a coffee? They just learn something about each other.
Yeah.
They trust each other more.
Yeah.
Mostly the girl, and then after that they start to go out to just know each other more.
Oh, okay.
Yes. For example, if I'm belong to a religious family, if I want to enter into a relationship with a girl, maybe at the beginning I don't let my family know. And then if I want to get married with that girl, if we both of us understand that we want each other, then we can tell our families.
Oh, okay.
Because family is very important in Iran, because you know the families, they have too much relationship with each other. At the weekends, during the week, when you go to a holiday, the families also go with each other. The family of the girl and the family of the boy.
Okay, so they become really close.
Very close. So when you want to just choose a girl as a wife, you have to pay attention to the personality, religions, culture of the girl and also her family.
Wow, so
and
it's like
both should be matched together, not only you and the girl. So it's make it, I think, a little bit more difficult. Some people even they are in relationship without any purpose for the maybe marriage.
Okay, yeah, just more of just enjoying their time together.
Yeah, exactly.
After we walked a little bit further, we came across one of the most unique instruments I have ever seen, and it sounded amazing.
آقا یه آهنگ برای ما میزنی گوش کنیم دیر رسیدی؟ That's not it.
So if you want to tip someone here, you go up to their card machine and you just type in what you want.
I want to pay him $500,000. No, it's real. It's very different.
Merci, merci. So like for example on a Sunday, this is like a pretty common thing people will do.
They come here, they just enjoy the atmosphere, they find new partners.
Oh, find new partners here too, yeah. How do I say, what's your name?
میگه که اسمت چیه؟
Fadi Mac, nice to meet you.
This was just another one of those funny moments when we don't speak the same language, but somehow we understand a universal moment to be able to laugh together.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. So what's going on, brother?
بونات پرچم بالا. You want to just repeat this sentence. بونات پرچم بالا.
بونات پرچم بالا.
گردو بونات هم بیا بریم.
The good stuff, yeah?
گردو خوب به درد بخور.
Merci, merci.
عزیزی کار کن نوکرتم.
عزیزی.
عزیزی چیزی لازم نداری؟
Mac.
Can you need anything?
Thank you, thank you. Bye, bye.
As we drove through Shiraz, I couldn't help but notice how clean the streets are and how much it reminded me of a European city in some ways with the brick roads and curated landscaping.
And Hassan was telling me that it's the city of poetry, right?
The city of poetry, the city of the gardens, the city of the flowers. So Shiraz from ancient time, regarded as a romantic city.
And there it is, romantic. I'm starting to see some parallels as to why they refer to Shiraz as the Paris of Iran.
Because of the too much poems that they have. This area is Hafeziyeh, which is the name is derived from the Hafez as a poet. That Hafez, the name of the poet, is means memorizing something because he memorized whole Quran, the holy book of the Muslims.
Wow, memorized the whole
Quran.
So he could recite anywhere in the entire...
Exactly.
As we walked around the tomb of Hafiz, you could see all of the people it attracts from all over the country who come and pay their respects at this beautifully designed mausoleum dedicated to the Persian poet Hafiz. While we were walking around, I was not expecting Ihsan to tell me this next part.
Now our year is 1403 this year.
We're in 1403 right now.
Yeah, the next year will be 4, yeah.
You guys, we're living in the past right now. It's 1403 where I'm at.
So Hafiz says that ای برندان مکن ای زاهد پاکیزه سرشت که گناه دگران بر تو نخواهند نوشت من اگر نیکم اگر بد تو برو خود را باش هر کسی کو درود عاقبت کار که گشت. It means that you are not the person to judge the other people. You don't know what is behind the curtain. The only person that knows everything is the God. So you can judge the other people. To make this place more pleasant, because you know, water and the trees are the fixed factors of Persian gardens. They just make this place more pleasant because here is something like a garden. It should be a cool place for people to come here, to get calm, to read the poems. You have to pay if you want.
Oh, okay. How much are they?
نقد ندارم اصلا هیچ بهت بگم. چنه؟
Oh, you grabbed one.
The bear take this fall by chance. It's a part of the Hafiz poet and the interpretation in Persian and English. The name of this action is fall.
Salam, salam. Hey, that's cool. Look at this little guy. So he's friendly. Going for the jump and he's back.
So just the bird take 2 of them by chance for us.
This one says if someone annoys you, he will get sick and he will put into trouble himself, and finally he will be ashamed of himself because Allah is your supporter. Surely no one can hurt you, and at last you'll be succeeded. Take a look. If he wants, he can save you in any danger. He who created us has the ability to save our spirits in any condition. You will get a good chance in the future.
He want to give me a gift.
Oh, a gift, all right.
For free as a gift.
All right, very nice. Merci.
So, that's a
really beautiful quotes and things that will have you walking away with some nice wisdom or feelings.
We made it down to the western side of the city that is known for being the more modern side.
It's a Friday night, so today being a weekend day, everyone has the day off,
which attracts a lot of the new generation Iranians. So we wanted to see how Shirazians, who are known in Iran as the laid-back people, spend their Friday nights.
You think that the Shirazi people are lazy people?
I mean, I never thought that. That was just the conception I heard. But then we walked down this whole area. There's balls flying around everywhere. Everyone's running, riding bikes. I mean, there's so much going on. I gotta watch my head because you never know when a ball's gonna smack me right here. This is wild.
The active side was cool to see, but I wanted to get a closer look as to what else happens at night. So we headed over to a lively walking street, which had clothing shops and tons of restaurants.
The feeling at night, it's just so chill here. Everyone's walking around having a good time. You don't feel this tension in the air like something's about to happen, like the rest of the world warned me it was going to be like when I'd walk around this area. Businesses are booming. Friday night, everyone's out making money, eating, having fun.
Oh, hi.
Hey, how you guys doing?
You have a YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube channel, yeah. You guys have such good English. What was your names?
My name is Armina, and you?
Matt.
Malika.
Nice to meet you both.
I subscribe it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nice to meet you both. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night. Good night. Yeah, it's been great. I haven't caught all the moments on camera, but I've had quite a few people that I've had the opportunity to meet so far.
This area clearly attracted a lot of the newer generation who seemed to wear a lot more of the Western style clothes. And this was also a massive surprise for me.
You're saying Iran and America don't like each other? Pittsburgh, New York, New York, New York. Iran and America are friends. Don't believe the media. The governments want you to think the opposite. So when it comes to the like the nightlife here, are people staying out like in this area super late?
Of course, we don't have the, I don't know, the bar, I don't know, this kind of things, but usually they are private places. If the people want to have a party, this kind of things, they have their own private parties. They drink, they just dance, they do whatever they want, but in their own private places, in their own parties.
Oh, okay.
So Saturday is a working day.
Oh, Saturday is a working day.
Saturday is working day because Friday is holiday.
Okay, so Thursday night is kind of a big night and Friday night.
Exactly, you know, Thursday and Friday, they are the holidays here.
And then it's 6-day working week?
Yes.
Saturday through
Saturday,
Thursday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Oh, wow, okay. So it's just a reminder walking through these places, like, yeah, people are all just people looking to have a good time and enjoy life. You look around here, advertisements right up there in English. If you're speaking English and you're coming to visit this place, no problem. You can figure out what these sales are here. Big Little is the name of the store. Big Little store, and it's even on Instagram.
You may not think seeing Instagram on a sign is a big deal, but for Iran it is, because since 2009, Iran has banned social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube, following the Green Movement, which utilized social media sites like Twitter and Facebook to organize protests. Yet, social media remains an integral part of Iranians' daily life despite the bans. Iranians widely use VPNs to bypass restrictions, keeping platforms alive for business, connection, and self-expression.
I can say all of these shops, they have their online shop also on Instagram. The people come here, but a lot of people, they buy with Instagram at home.
Imagine that, guys. A place where social media is blocked is still completely mainstream.
We had one last stop to grab some Iranian pizza, and then we finished off the night checking into our boutique hotel to wrap up our night here in Shiraz, Iran.
Wow, we're gonna be staying up here. All right, guys, check it out. This is the room I'm staying in right here. We got 2 beds there. Here is the bathroom.
Time to head to bed.
Sabah b'khair, Kakos. Today is a new day here in Iran, and so we're going to be heading out to our next destination.
Yeah, we're gonna see the capital of the Persian Empire, and also the place that the king of the Persian Empire buried in the mountains, the tombs of the Persian kings.
That sounds awesome. So it's going to be a day full of so many adventures. We're going to get deeper inside the Iranian culture, and I can't wait because Shiraz was just a nice little tip of the iceberg, and we're going to see a lot more during this trip.
Let's go. Guys, we just arrived to Persepolis and the parking lot is empty. This just goes to show you the current status in Iran from everything happening. We're probably gonna feel like what it was once like to be the emperor here and have the whole place to ourselves.
Exactly, the Persepolis is for ourselves. 51% for me, 49% for you. Then I will be the boss.
All right, fair enough. We can agree to that, as long as I get 49. After a 70-kilometer drive from Shiraz, we made it over to Persepolis, the ancient capital of the Persian kings. This incredible wonder dates back over 2,500 years. Sabah khair, kako. Shirazi. Yes. So we're gonna get ourselves a couple tickets here and then we're heading inside. A lot of people consider this place to be one of the wonders of the world that was never counted as one. The first few steps into Persepolis felt like teleporting back in time, with giant stone columns and detailed carvings in every direction. It was not this scary anti-American ideology of Iran that I had previously pictured, but instead what I would consider to be nearly a wonder of the world.
So Rex says on this handwriting over there, he called this place as the gate of all nations.
It is so much bigger than I imagined. It is vast, and we have this whole area to explore out here.
It takes 200 years to finish the Persepolis. Never finish, because even when the Alexander invade this area, still they are going to build another palace over there, which now famous as the unfinished gate. They just left the shaft of the pillars over there.
And that just puts it into perspective, guys. Imagine 200 years. Many people could have spent their entire life building this place and they never saw the completion. So this whole part right here was underground.
Yes, and you can see the original detailed reliefs here.
You can see a difference in the color on the stones right there, and that's because all of this was underground, so the preservation of it is so much cleaner than up at the top. Wow.
Everything was colorful in the Persepolis, but unfortunately right now we can't see any color in this area.
You can see these really bright colors even after that long, so this place would have been lit up with so many colors. So this is a recreation right here made out of wood that gives you an idea of what some of these ceilings were that connected this whole palace and everything here. This red look, and there's two bulls heads up there, and that is what holds the support for the ceilings. The interesting part is there's actually a ton of receipts that are made out of clay, and the inscriptions on them show actually the cost of labor. You can actually see the sculptures of many different people from all different parts of the world that worked on here. And so there's a total of 20 different nationalities here?
There were more nations. In this space, they can only show 23 nations. For example, they are from India, Syrians, Parthians, Egyptians, Turkey, Bagh, Cappadocia, Assyrians, Babylonia, Armenia, Greeks. The most important group, they are Medans.
And according to studies, no one here are slaves.
The artists put their signature on a stone to say that we did this area and our salary should be for this area. And they have never used any slave to build these beautiful reliefs.
Wow, which is pretty rare for ancient places like these around the world, right?
Exactly.
Most of it is built off slave labor.
Because it was very hard working.
Personally, for me, the craziest fact about this entire place is right next to me, which is the treasury. And back when, as some in the West call him Alexander the Great and Alexander the Not So Great, if you're from this part of the world, he brought 30,000 animals here. What did he bring them for? Well, when he was robbing this palace, there was so much gold, so much riches, he needed 30,000 animals to transport it all out. Now that is a money heist. All right, guys, this is one of our hardest places to reach here, and it's required maybe 100, 200 steps roughly, if I were to estimate. And then we're arriving up to the tomb, which reminds me very much of when I went to Petra in Jordan, just simply for the reason being that we're looking at a mountain right here, a huge set of stone, and the artists, the sculptors came here and carved it directly out of the mountain. We have explored all over Persepolis today, and it's amazing. There is so much history here. Obviously, we showed you just a small fraction of all the history there is here. And let me tell you, Isfahan knows everything. And he doesn't stop here just with these historical tours. He does tours all over Iran, whether you're going to the northern part, up in the green area, whether you're going to the islands down in the south, the coast all around, Shiraz, Tehran, and so many other places that I don't even know about.
Doing the tours for 10 years all across the country, it mostly depends on your own interest, okay? Whatever you ask, we can just make a good package for you from different cities. If you have a little time, we can see the highlights. If you can more time, we can add more nature.
He's got it set up for you. So I'm gonna put some information down in the description below. You can contact him directly and figure out your next trip to Iran. I am very impressed. This place is incredible. To see this whole area, especially from up top here, we are able to be sent 2,500 years in the past and see the remains of what was once a beautiful and glorious empire. And that was Persepolis, my friends. Very nice trip over there. And you can see there's a few more cars. There's probably 30, 40 cars there now, so it's good to see. I guess we got there early enough before the crowds. Just a short drive from Persepolis was another location that I never imagined to see in Iran. As we got closer, the distant sites of Necropolis started to reveal large tombs carved into the sides of the mountains. So about 5-10 minutes down the road, we are now here at a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Necropolis, meaning the tomb of the dead kings of Persia.
So here are the 4 tombs of the Persian kings. You can see the king over there at the top, and you can see the other nations. They are holding the royal throne of the king on their hand, each person a representative of one nation under the power of the empire.
So yeah, it's a pretty incredible place walking around here and just looking closely at the amount of detail. After you.
Thank you very much.
This was the first restaurant I went to in Iran with this type of traditional style, yet ultra modern and fancy. And it did not take me long to figure out why they were so insistent on figuring out where I was from.
They came over and asked, where am I from? And they brought out an American flag next to an Iranian flag. He's Iranian, I'm American. So the fact that we now have both flags out there, I mean, guys, what does the mainstream media say right now about Iran and America? That is 10 out of 10 hospitality. Name me a single restaurant in the US that's gonna bring out a flag of the country you come from. Well done, Shiraz.
So as you can imagine, starting the meal experience with such a warm welcoming, when I was at first feeling a little concerned having an American flag sit at the table, turning out to be such a special experience with all of the staff welcoming me like I was family. The food had arrived and we chowed down while watching some live performers.
Mamnoon Kako!
Before finishing off the night with a beautiful performance from the local deaf population, which was an inspiring set to see from all of them. Good night, Shiraz. After such an incredible trip in Iran, it left me with just one last thing to share with you all. A conversation that Ihsan and I shared about tourism in Iran that for me and him was both quite impactful.
What would you say for all the tourists that come are one of the biggest surprise factors for them that they say, this is what I thought the media showed Iran as, and when they actually get here, what is the biggest moment of shock?
Maybe it's the people, I think.
Yeah.
You know, they do not imagine that this country have these people, you know. The people are very open to them. They just go them, they say hello to them. They want to make communication with them. And another thing I think is the historical places of Iran, you know.
Yeah.
They cannot imagine that Iran is as beautiful as this because they don't know any information about Iran. When they come here, when they see the beautiful tile works, beautiful mosques, ancient places dated back to some 1,000 years ago, so they are shocked exactly. One of the other reasons is that they don't have too much expectation about here. So when they come here, suddenly they can see that, oh, this is very different with their expectation, because expectation is very important factor for satisfaction. They come here with a little expectation, But Iran has a lot of abilities in the tourism. Iran is so potential in the tourism, and then they shock, wow, it is like this. Why the people do not come here? Why there is not too much tourists in this country?
I was thinking in my head, I was like, what is the #1 thing for me? And it's exactly that. I didn't have much of an expectation on what I would find here. And I also expected maybe the people might have a little bit of animosity of me being American. But there hasn't been, with the amount of people I've told that I'm American, there hasn't been even one single time where someone's like, we don't like America. No, they said, the worst we got was, wow, you're American. Why are you here now? But don't worry, you're safe, you're most welcome. And I was like, geez, like everyone in my life was telling me, do not go. You were putting yourself at risk. You were making us worried. And, you know, like there obviously are risks in every country in the world. This is just the reality. Things do happen. But the actual imagination of what I thought is just backwards. This is one of the most relaxed and chill places I've been. And it was also, interestingly enough, probably the most nervousness I've had on going to a country besides Lebanon recently. And I had such an eye-opening experience when I was speaking to now 2 people who they looked at my YouTube channel and they were like, you're a crazy guy, you went to Syria. And I'm here in Iran thinking, wow, I was less afraid to go to Syria, and here the Iranians think that I'm a courageous guy going there. And it just goes to show you, no matter what country you're from, there's going to be a country in the world that is very scary for you to imagine visiting. And it's all just because of the media we consume.
Exactly. This is mostly based on the media, because the media choose what is the best for themselves to show.
Yeah.
This is not something that is related to the whole people. You know, it is mostly based on their own profit.
Right.
Not based on the tourists. The tourists want to see the beautiful places, safe places. This is the main problem against Iran tourism industry, I think.
Yeah.
So they can't trust to come here. You know, this is the biggest obstacle right now. So if the people's imagination just change about Iran, they can trust to come here, I think we will have millions of tourists. Because Iran is among the most potential countries in the world to have the massive group of tourists. Very different climates, very different tribes and people with different customs, tradition, accents, different foods, different historical attractions, different nature. So yeah, this is so potential, but unfortunately, as you can see, because of the maybe political issues or because of the propaganda in the social media, you can see very few tourists right now.
It's sad. It's sad for the Iranian people that they're not getting this boost for tourism, but it's also sad for a lot of the world that they'll know a place not for what it actually is, and they'll live their entire lifetime not knowing that there might be a place that they really enjoyed experiencing or spending some really special moments in their life here.
This is true, yes. So if you know, the doors open, then it will be different, I think. This is not only my idea. This is the idea of the few tourists they come here. They say that, oh, we are lucky that we came here at this moment. Right. We are lucky that we can take photos here without any tourists.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, we are lucky that we see the locals everywhere.
Yeah.
Unless if the doors open, we believe that a lot of tourists come here.
Conversations like this remind me of how much you can learn just by visiting a place, having a few conversations, and developing your own perception of what a place truly is. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love this one. And don't forget to head down to the link in the description to grab yourself an Iranian ebook for your trip to Iran.